Minnesota Governor Tim Walz says he's dropping his bid for a third term. His decision comes amid a widening fraud scandal involving the state's child care programs. Walz has faced increasing scrutiny from President Trump and other top Republicans over his handling of the investigation. Today, Walz, who was the Democratic vice presidential candidate back in 2024, said that given the challenges Minnesota is facing, he, in his words, can't give a political campaign his all.
Every minute that I spend defending my own political interest would be a minute I can't spend defending the people of Minnesota against the criminals who prey on our generosity and the cynics who want to prey on our differences.
A person close to Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar said today that she is considering a bid to replace Walz. She reportedly met with him over the weekend. About a dozen Republicans have already entered the race. In Texas, jury selection began today in the first criminal trial over the slow law enforcement response to the Uvalde school shooting. Former Uvalde schools officer Adrian Gonzalez is charged with failing to protect children during the attack that killed 19 students and 2 teachers. He was among the first of nearly 400 officers to arrive on the scene at Robb Elementary in 2022. They waited more than an hour before confronting the gunman. Gonzalez faces 29 counts of child endangerment and abandonment. He has pleaded not guilty. In Ohio, the Secret Service says it has detained a man who attacked the home of Vice President J.D. Vance. Sources tell the Associated Press that agents heard a loud noise around midnight and found a person who had broken a window with a hammer and was trying to enter the house. A Secret Service vehicle was also damaged. Court records show a 26-year-old from Kentucky is set to be arraigned tomorrow on misdemeanor charges of vandalism, criminal trespass, and others. Vance and his family were not at home at the time. Turning overseas now, Swiss police say they've identified all 116 people who were injured in last week's New Year's Eve fire in the resort town of Crans-Montana. More than 80 of them are still in the hospital. It comes a day after authorities said they had identified all 40 people who died in the blaze. In Milan today, the bodies of some of the 6 Italian victims of the tragedy returned home. Swiss authorities say they've launched a criminal investigation into the managers of the bar. They face charges of involuntary homicide, among other charges. On Wall Street today, stocks ended higher amid hopes that U.S. energy companies will soon be able to access Venezuela's massive oil reserves. The Dow Jones Industrial Average jumped nearly 600 points to close at a new all-time high. The Nasdaq added around 160 points. The S&P 500 also ended higher on the day.